Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs, and today we're going to make the rest of this purse. So I had to make this square bigger, as you remember, so that we can make it a perfect square. So we need to do the back of this purse, so we are going to um, make we're going to use a basket weave to do that, but you need to chain 40 and then put your base on there. And then we'll start from row 2 of this, and what we're going to do is we're going to purl the first 4, so then but you will have 5 loops on your hook when you're done. And then we're going to knit the next 5. We want to knit, no, let's not knit, let's simple stitch it. Okay, so simple stitch the next 5. All right, and then we're going to purl the next 5. And then that's 5, then simple stitch the next 5. And purl the next 5. We're just going to do this all the way across. We're just going to repeat. There's 3, 4, 5, and then simple stitch the next 5. And purl the next 5. Until you should have 4 more, yes, 4 more loops. So we're going to simple stitch those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is the end stitch. All right, and then you'll just work those off the same, and chain 1 and then 2 all the way across, go through 2, go through 2, all the way across to come back. Then you're going to do 3 more rows of this, and then we will be back for row 6. So you should have 5 rows once you are done. So we'll be back for row 6 next. Okay, so we've got 5 rows done, and now row 6, we're going to change this up. The first 5 we purled. Now we're going to simple stitch those. So there is 3, 4, 5, and then your next set of 5 was simple stitched, so we're going to purl those. There's 4, 5, and then our next 5 was purled, so we're going to simple stitch those. So we're just changing it. Four, 5. And then the next set of 5 was simple stitch, so we're going to purl them. Alright, and so forth. So we're going to simple stitch these set of purls. And then we're going to purl these simple stitches. There's 5 there. And then simple stitch the purls. And then we're going to purl the last 4 here because the 5th one is the end stitch. And there we go. Now you will take those off the same way. And then we need to repeat row 6 4 more times. So you should have 10 rows. And then once you get to the 11th row, you'll repeat the first set. We'll switch them back to the purls and the simple stitch purl, simple stitch purl. And then until this is long enough, I think 11 inches. Yes. You just keep going until it's 11 inches. All right. So, and then we'll be back to show you the other things we need to do. Also, once you get to your 11 inches, make sure that the border is the exact same as on the front. So you go ahead and do that border as well. And then we will be back to show you how to do the rest of the purse. And I'll see you then. Okay, so I have my back done of my purse, and this is what it looks like. It's really pretty. I love this color. All right. Now we're going to make the handle. Where did that? I'm looking. Oh, there it is. Where did my needle go? So I chained 7, and then I put the base on. Which you should have 7. So now we're going to purl for the next 4 rows. So you'll purl 5 and then you have your end stitch. But you'll always have 7 stitches on your hook. Alright, so there's 3 rows done. 4 rows. And then 5 rows. And then how you know that is you can count up the side here. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 rows, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to use the simple stitch and do 5 rows of the simple stitch clear across. And then after 5 rows, I'm going to switch back to the purls until this thing is about 70 inches long. So, and then we'll be back to show you how to sew everything together. Okay, so I've got 70 inches on the sides and the handle. So what we're going to do is I'm putting it together, back sides together. Make sure of that. And we're just going to crochet these together with a single crochet. And I'm going to work in ends as I do it. All right, so I go through both layers and just crochet them together. And we're going to go all the way around. I started with the top because we don't want to crochet the top. We're going to go all the way around this, like this, and to the sides, the bottom and the sides, and then you're going to crochet the back on as well, and then we will be back. The back of your, we just crochet on the other side of this and crochet those together too. All right, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I want to I've got this all put together, and I want to make this longer. I mean, it's long enough, but I want it to go crossbody, so I'm going to make this a little bit longer before we go any further. So when we come back, I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I added another 8 inches to this so that I could have it as crossbody. Where is my... What we're going to do now is we're going to connect it to the other side. And you want to put I'm just going to pin this together. With a stitch marker, and then see if, and make sure you don't twist that before we crochet that together. Okay, so I have the right sides together here so that it's on the inside. There'll be a little bit of a seam on the inside. what did I do with the, there it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to crochet these together. By going through the first one and the second one both. So we'll go through the strap and the strap at this end. We're just crocheting them, single crocheting them together. So we go through both stitches, and I could take that stitch marker out now. There we go. So then we can cut that off now. And that part is done. So now we have our strap together. There you go, like that. Now I'm going to go where I had left off with this purple, and what we're going to do is we're just going to single crochet across here. Yes, this is the back. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so we're going across the back, not the front. We still have to do something with the front before we could do that side. We're just going to do this side right now. And we're just single crocheting it, so I'm single crocheting these ends in as I go. And so what I'm going to do is going to go across the front and up. I'm going to go across here and then single crochet the side, this side, and then we'll come all the way to the side here. So this is the side of the strap. So I'm going to cross the back of the purse and up this side of the strap. And I'm just going to single crochet that purple to make it look good. And then when I get that done, I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I have that all done on that side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this color. We're going to make a flap that we can button on the other side here. So we are the front of it. We are looking at the front. And we're going to start clear over here, and we're going to single crochet all the way across. And when we do this, we want to make sure that we have an even number of single crochets across there. Whatever it is, it should be even. So I'm going to single crochet across there, and then we'll be back to show you the next row. Okay, so I ended up having 48 stitches across there, which is good. It was even. Alright, we're going to chain one and turn. And then this next row we're going to sew two together, crochet two together, using the single. And then you're going to just put a crochet in every stitch across until you get to the last two in this row, and you're going to crochet them together. And then we're going to repeat that probably 9 more rows. So let's do 9 more rows after this, and then we'll be back to see where we are. Okay, so I have 28. I've done 10 rows and I've got 28. So now we're going to crochet 2 together twice on each end. And then we're going to, I'm just going to go all the way across until we have 4 left. And then you're going to crochet 2 together twice on the other end as well. And then we're just going to repeat this row until we get down to 4 stitches. Alright, so I'm down to 4 here, and so I'm going to crochet 2 together and then crochet 2 together again. Alright, so just keep repeating that row until we're down to 4 stitches, and we'll be in the middle somewhere. I will see you then. Okay, so we're down to 4 stitches. We are going to crochet the next 2 together, then we're going to chain 1 and crochet the last 2 together. Okay, that chain 1 makes a little hole for the button. So we're going to chain 1 and turn again, and we're just going to crochet 3. You'll crochet in the first stitch, in the chain 1, and in the 3rd stitch. And then it's done. Alright, so then we're going to cut that off. And then we're going to bring our purple yarn. We have the front of this facing us. And I'm going to start right here. I'm going to work that yarn in, and then we're just going to single crochet and at the end of each row. And we're going to go all the way, we're going to go up here. Hang on a second. Till we get to the top of this right here, and then we're just going to crochet in the next 3 stitches. I'm crocheting ends in as I go, and then go back down the other side. Okay, so once you get back down the other side, then you're going to go across here to the strap, right across here to the strap, and go around the strap, and then come around. And then that will finish it, I think. Yeah, we'll be finished finally. All right. Yeah, once you get that finished, then you'll put a button right here, because this will be a flap to go over. We'll put a button right here and button it right there, because we got the hole in there that we crocheted for the button, and button it right there, and that's what it will look like. Um, this will be really, really nice bag for yarn projects. So, yeah. Okay, so I hope you guys had a lot of fun with this, even though this is kind of messed up. And like I said, if you take this pattern for this rose, and instead of doing that simple stitch in the rose, do the purl stitch, or not purl, but the knit stitch in the rose with the pearls on the outside. And that'll come out lots better. Um, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.